welcome to the Adolescent Zero Squad demo of our team. I will quickly introduce our team. We currently have 3 seniors. It's me, Kan Tu Hing. Rahul Vema is the project leader, and Eno Gomez, the front-end developer. And we have 4 other juniors. It's Luke Meli, Chung Kun Go, Ali Sasi, and Shao Hong Bang. So basically, the project overview is we have project from Middle Eastern ballistic simulator. So basically, there is an existing application which is currently being reviewed to get better experiences. And the current version was written is very old, slow, and missing some key features that now required. So the new version that we are building is best to get better user experience, faster response time, and more usable key feature. The tool and the technical that's used to review this project is in backend we use Node.js. In front end we basically use Angular, and for the database we choose Firebase from Google. For the filter 1, that is the group chat filter and the delete message filter. So the old version was if you send message by accident, you send wrong message by accident, you can't delete the message. But now we can delete the message if you want. And also we adding the creating group chat function that we can chat from many user from each other to other. Basically, two filter were done from last trimester, but the day we merge this function into the master, the senior who responsibility for that he accidentally delete the branch, so we missed this filter from last trimester, and now we added the function into the Java.
Rahul Verma. So I will be continuing from this slide, and here we have just corrected the bug which was the receiver and the sender's name when they reply to each other's messages. For example, here you can see that testing 1 is sending the message again to testing 1, but this was before and this is after, where I have sent the messages. The testing branch is just testing thing is just for the testing purposes, so I have sent, and you can see that the correct name appears above there. That is my name, and here it is the testing name. And the second feature which we had done was adding the dynamic search functionality on various web pages. As we can see that here in the participants web page, there is no search functionality. This was before, and if I toggle it, the next slide, here we can see that there is a search bar where we can search for the name of the participant, so that it is easier user interface, and we can search that if a certain participant is there or not. I can also get the email details from here. The same thing was done for the add control user web page. As we can see here also, there was earlier no search box. It is just for easier user interface, and we have added here a search bar. And so earlier in the news functionality also we did one change. Here earlier normal news, like the news without any description or without any subject, were getting printed. So as we can see that in these 2 screenshots, there are just 2 news, like the read more function. There's nothing in the detail or the subject of the news in here. But if I toggle the next slide, here we can see that I printed one news about airstrikes, and here we can see that the subject, which is a random one, HH, also appears in here, and there is also description if we click read more. And this was basically the orientation of the websites. There were various web pages which were being overlapped with each other. The nav bar, it was not coming correctly, so we had also fixed that. As you can see, it went down under, and here you can see same was done for the participants web page also, where we had to add the participants, as there also the things were overlapping in the same way. So I will just summarize all the deliverables which we have done for this iteration. We have added the delete messages and creating group functions for the web pages. If someone sends the message by mistake, or he or she can delete the messages. There were minor bug fixes which occurred while we were compiling the files which we received from the previous iteration. We have added the dynamic search functionality on various web pages so that it is easier to search for someone's email ID or search if they are a participant or not. We have corrected the orientation of various web pages. The things were getting overlapped. We have also corrected the sender's and the receiver's name, which is a bug fix when we reply to a message. And we have also reskinned the app to be generic, which was requested by the product owner. And Anno will explain all these in the next coming slides. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a feature requested by the product owner. It's a generic reskinning of the application, so it can be used for things apart from specifically the Middle East. It would just be a generic politics simulator. So it will make the application more useful. Be an option that the control account will be able to set for everyone. So I started working on the front end for this, and this is before and after. Just it's changing some of the images and assets in the website. The next iteration, deliverables, the chat feature will be completed, and the attaching component for attaching the images and attaching component for attaching other documents. And some of the other deliverables, making the web pages responsive, correcting the orientation of the website, various bug fixes, and the product owner feedback. That's a list of other smaller features and bug fixes, and then improving this generic reskinning of the application. This is the contributions and the team members and the juniors, upskilling. And some of the challenges we faced were a lot of the group members were in different time zones, and we had some people leave the group, so we had to change who was working on what, as well as some login authentication issues with the Google account we were using. But we overcome all of them. Thank you.